I'll say this one thing, right? Uh, you feel that? You feel that? Right, I could say a lot more, but aye, you feel that? You feel that? I could say a lot more. That's part of the problem. That's the problem. It's just got to accept who you are, don't you, Lenny? It is the way it is, and yeah. I'll say this one thing, right? Um, great people, right? Didn't throw out babies with bathwaters, right? There's a lot to be explored, a lot to be forgiven in others. Nobody's perfect, right? So there's a lot of truth, there's a lot of wisdom that you can glean from others. But I'll just say one thing. Um, just watching this video about the greatest motivational quotes from history or whatever, and it's quite mind blowing, and it makes me think of Ricky Gervais. Right, this is exactly what we're living in. Right now, this is what we're living in. And just for me to state this is cool. Just for me to acknowledge this is like a cool thing, because I'm proud of the fact that I do things my way. I discover my voice. My friend's he's gone off the face of the earth, Drew, who lives in Castle Douglas. He was saying, I'm not going to get into that, but it's the same thing. They're all saying the same kind of shit, right? But it's only when forgiveness, all this shit, all this bullshit that I thought was bullshit about, it was just spirituality overload when I was younger. But now what I'm discovering is, right, I just want to be around folk that allow you. That's why it's a glorious thing, right? You helped. But the thing is, I had the fucking balls to fucking break out of my skin. How fucking difficult was it for me to break out of my skin? It was quite difficult. I had a lot on my plate. It's just funny. You look around you and you go, there's a lot of people that are kind of stifled. It's fascinating. They're stifled, but they're also brimming. A bit like me. They're stifled, but they're fucking they're exploding. They're jumping out of their skin in a way. They're trying to do stuff, and it's no. Certain people didn't work well with each other. They're stifling each other, and I'm going. It's just we're trying to do something, and in this constantly quickly evolving world with internet and everything, it is like Michelangelo Beto said. It's like the wheel, when the invention of the internet is like, and social media and everything else, right? The way we can all connect, it's like the invention of the wheel. It has completely changed the world, and I'll just say this about Ricky Gervais, right? And again, see me talking about this, you go, you look at that and you go, that's the role model. Oh, that's the way. There's no one way of route to, but this is why I was saying, right. Ricky Gervais was talking about he did his uni. He'd studied philosophy at uni, a bit like me, and he was a bit, I'm not comparing myself to him. I'm just saying this is a glorious thing that I'm sitting here kind of seeing some of this stuff, and I'm going, it's giving me that confidence to go believe in my voice, which is again what Drew was saying, right? And Ricky Gervais, great minds. That's just what all I wanted to be around, great minds, and up my level. And Ricky Gervais, right, he was doing his degree, I believe it was something like this, right? He's doing his degree, and he didn't really work properly, didn't he? A bit like me, he didn't do the work. And like the day before his philosophy, this is again, great minds share that shit, and he goes, and that ties into that quote I saw in that video, right? And Ricky Gervais is saying, Lisa's saying spitballing as well. That's what I'm doing. And one of the quotes in that was saying the same thing, wasn't it? About people misunderstand you. You can be seen as some fucking raving nutter. It's crazy, isn't it? You go to uni, Lenny. You learn all this shit. At least half, reasonably well or whatever. You learn this stuff at uni, you know. I didn't really go into it that deeply, and that's part of the. I didn't see the point in doing that because you only need, you know, you don't get too involved in that. But you do this stuff at uni. You learn all this shit. And you get rewarded for it. You know, you could write scripts about all this stuff, spitballing. There's shitloads of stuff I could explore. Shitloads. Doing the uni thing, and my sister comes. You know, we've become strangers, but she turns up at my graduation surprise thing. Woo, having a meal, gives me the card. Oh, well done, everything. And yet, it's so funny because the very thing that university gave me, i.e. the confidence to be able to express myself and say what I think and argue the case and reasonably as well, right? Reasonably. Those very skills I had. She's celebrating me having a degree. She's celebrating me getting my degree, but she can't celebrate me as the product of that degree, the man I am. The man I am, you know, like my friend Lachlan. They were pitching an idea. There's another thing, there's shitloads of this stuff, right? Lachlan, that's back in America now, he wrote a song called The Man I Am, and they made some movie. They did a film back in the day. It wasn't big, but he did it. He did a film. He was collaborating and doing stuff, and he put a I think he was doing a soundtrack for this film. It wasn't a big film, but the point is we were still in contact, and you know, getting back to Ricky Gervais thing, right? See, I'm seeing some nutter for exploring the stream of consciousness. Is Kyle Cease does that. He's fucking god, isn't he, to so many folk? You know, I'm doing this. I fucking did it. I fucking did it live on the Facebook all the time, didn't I? And you know, it's no going like off on tangents as some kind of like you're seen as a nutter. How about I'm exploring a theme, bitches? You know what I mean? And I'm doing it now with you. And what I'm saying is, and I get to the point about this, I just felt the need to share this, and I haven't had much sleep. And I was over at my friend Alex's house last night. He's in the same position. His heart's on the floor, but he's tried hard, and he's trying to. We're trying to fucking move something. And do something, you know, and he's got a whole body of work. He's got a whole body of genius music. It's hilarious. It's hilarious, Lenny. He's got a whole fucking body of genius work that I've not really properly exploited. And I could do this, could do that, right? But the Ricky Gervais thing, this is what is good. Like Martin Offler said, right? One of the best feelings in the world is being inspired. That's all we're talking about here. And I could go on, I could explore a lot of shit. But in terms of the Ricky Gervais thing, he's at his uni, he's doing his, he read just a load of philosophy quotes or something the night before his philosophy exam, right? And then did it and got an A or something. That's what we're talking about. Woohoo! Yeah. You know, that's kind of like me. Do a lot with a little bit. I got 1 A at uni, right, Lenny? I did well in there's a whole fucking shitload to explore with that as well. But this isn't the point of this. I'm just touching on that, right? But I got A's when I was at summer school. You know, I went to summer school as a mature student, right? Did summer school, got A's, right? That was pretty cool. But see, when I did the actual uni, I wasn't really enjoying a lot of it. So I didn't make the effort, didn't engage. I didn't discover that it was supposed to be about your voice. Well, maybe that process was there anyway, right? But the point is, I did. I'm just saying that he did what Ricky Gervais did what he did, and then folk go, oh, it's genius, that, you know, and all his films is just like his, it's his way of looking at the world, isn't it? You know, his way of looking at the world, and that's all I've done. And I'm now at the point where I've got like shitloads of stuff that I'm doing, and I'm going, yous didn't get, what's the fucking point? What's the point? And maybe part of that is my own, maybe that is my own, partly my own failing here and there, but you know, could go on, but know your own worth and all that. And I've got other friends struggling with this same kind of thing in their own way, and we're all kind of like, you know. Anyway, I hope that was constructive. All I'm saying is, right, this is what I mean. Folk putting you in the fucking box, right? I can't speak. Folk putting you in the fucking box. How much courage have I fucking shown to fucking explore all these different areas, right? And meanwhile, right, when you say something to someone, like that's what I was saying about, like, you know, being gaslit, going to the moon and back, and feeling like someone's like, you know, they're looking at you like, duh, and you're like, it's like certain people. This is why watching this quotes thing today is really quite important for me, because it's like, it was reminding me of a few simple truths, and I said about going back, you know, going offline and in the nature and blah, blah. I've got a nature overload and all that stuff. I'm connected to some shit, and the one of the quotes in this thing, I forget who it was from, who said it, but saying that the best intelligence is that which comes, you know, blah blah blah. All these different perspectives. It's just blowing my mind, and I'm going. I mean, Doc Snipes is saying, right, we've got to synergize, you know. You ken the whole fucking script of that, you've done it, that's what I mean. And just appreciation for the fact that I've been connected to that in a tiny way. But Doc Snipes is, I mean, it's no like she's saying anything that I didn't know, but I'm just plucking it out of the air, right? Saying that you have to synergize, and that's, I'm kind of opening myself up to possibilities. And different folk have got different dreams, you know. But the point is, I'm connected to quite a few creative folk, and I'm going, there's got to be, it's just I'm trying to find what the fuck I'm trying to do, and aye.